The famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon presentation of NBA basketball right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him normally, now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with his sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Gordon.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen is out there with Davis, and it's B in at the point. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Hartenstein is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And at one point, seems like ISO basketball was falling out of favor, Bill, but the Rockets have made a cornerstone of their success, that very thing.
True. For the regular season. And
right,
for the
and then it
early
changes,
rounds.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I do wonder if it's like the run and shoot with football, where it's this.
You don't trust it, maybe? You don't trust it?
Yeah, it's for the regular season. You're playing a team once. They don't have time to scout it for a bunch of weeks. But, you know, when you get to the playoffs and you're playing the same team 7 times.
Scouting gets better.
Yeah, and players, you just played it 2 nights ago. You did play it against the same offense. You pick up little tricks. And I really wonder if you can win 4 straight rounds doing it.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Hartenstein, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And, Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
And
there's nothing anonymous about it. I mean,
No. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second-team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. And
I really care
Our
about
name is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and-one right there. He almost had it.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. Both free throws good from B. Well, you look at the way Che, Greg, has come in and been a huge factor for this team. He's a big part of why they're expected to make a run at the title.
And right from the get-go, Che has been a huge producer for them. When you add someone who can do all the things Che can to an established roster, it's no wonder this team has championship expectations. How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy?
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Harden, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his...
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah!
What a play!
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
And the Rockets building their offense around the three ball. What will that approach look like if they ever want to make a championship run? There's got to be more to it than just the three-point shot.
You would think. They've been playing the math, and the math says volume of threes and percentages, and eventually it's going to come in their favor.
You believe that's the way to win?
I think it's the way to succeed during the regular season. We saw with Toronto, especially in the Toronto-Milwaukee series. Toronto was playing those same averages, and then Van Vliet got hot, and a couple of guys started making threes, and all of a sudden they win that series. So that's a case of it did work. But I still think you need to know what you're doing when everything slows down. And we saw the Rockets 2 years in a row, like famously when they missed 27 threes. Those threes get a lot tougher when it's a game 7, you're tired, the other team's used to you, and the nerves are coming in, and that basket's suddenly looking a little smaller. What's your plan B?
The Bulls leading by 4. And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, and that, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. What a great stroke.
I emulate all stretch fours and don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
You are. You're a great screen
setter.
setter.
Some picks.
You're a great pick and roll guy. Both teams will make substitutions. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
For 3, Gordon hits the three-point bomb.
Good quickness on the catch and shoot. Gordon giving the defense no time to react off the pass.
To the right side. B. But he recovers it. Pass to Arcidiacono. Here's B. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Drops in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Hutchison. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires the 3. No good from B.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That is his first foul of the game. A 3 off the inbound. Headshot off. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's power.
This time isn't going to last long.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Gordon. He's out there with Grant. Trabb is out there with Hartenstein, and it's Swift in at the power forward. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Hornets was tremendous. He added 33 points, and he continued to connect from the foul line and the three-point line throughout the game. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, or might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Chicago calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the... Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And that one's good. Westbrook.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Here's B. And he's good on the three ball. B's got 5 points now this quarter.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Westbrook. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. 3-on-3. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? Can I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of the
this
game?
note, and the note says,
No, I
thank
don't
Bill.
go. I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes back.
I'm staying.
Okay. And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Harden. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, averaging about 26 points per, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
The Rockets making a switch here. Grant's checked in, and the Bulls making a change also. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Count it, good. That's 12 points for James Harden.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast, which basically means he's tireless, even when he's carrying the offense. He's got great energy and stamina.
Here's B, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's foul number 2 for him.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, you know what? They say you would always rather have a player that you need to turn down than to turn on. So being aggressive versus passive, I want the aggressive guy all the time, even if it means a few fouls.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Grant. Cans it from downtown. Now it's just a 3-point Chicago lead.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half.
Oh, what a finish!
Goodness. Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Here's B. Drills it from outside. B's got 22 points. Clark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Here's Harden. No good. That would have tied it.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Rockets trail by 4. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Westbrook can't get it to go.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
No good from B.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Another miss by Houston. The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Davis. Got it. Good job in the low post. Davis has got 8 points.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
And Westbrook throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
So both teams making some changes here. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. Take a look at the Rockets. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there.
And I think for the Rockets, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shot from free throw range. Again, Chicago.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Jaron Grant, he's checked in for Crab. Hartenstein passes to Gordon. It's deflected.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the third. Grant. The Rockets with another miss. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Bulls. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. Ian Arcidiacono comes in for Valentine. Here's B, rips down the breakaway slam.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
All right, a chance to check out stats for B. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb. Tops in scoring, first in three-point field goal percentage, and he pressures the ball and forces turnovers at a rate that's remarkable. How about second in the league in steals per game?
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
They can't stop the run with that one.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
For 3. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so it's Chicago, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Another bucket. Wow.
With 40 points in the game, he has claimed the number 2 spot now.
And GA, every game he has been a huge threat to just explode on the offensive end. What a marvelous year for him.
And now an amazing 53 games of 40 or more points, passing Wilt's mark set back in 1963. The incredible 62 effort of Chamberlain still looms as the top spot.
Abs checked in for the Rockets. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
Here's Westbrook. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He had a nice open look right there.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And the dunk by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this era.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
No good from outside.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Harden gets the bucket.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
B, he's covered by Westbrook. Lets it fly. Here's Markkanen. Banked in off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Houston. You have to like what we're seeing from B.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they've got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, B.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Launches it, trying to get open as Davis. No good from B. Rockets trail by 21. Now here's Westbrook. Another shot, Hartenstein. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Here's B. The three-pointer, no good. Houston's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15.
In addition to his strength, Harden has deceptive quickness. He just has this unique knack to get by whoever's guarding him because he's strong and crafty.
B, the pass to Levine. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. And the Bulls lead by 19.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for B.
Boy, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
From downtown.
Shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
And the basket by Harden.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Keller.
Hey, Che, need you to do some press.
Okay, cool.
Great, just take your time, stop by when you're done.
I'll see you in a sec.
Thanks.
So we're starting to see your name come up a lot as we get into these MVP race discussions toward the end of the season.
Right.
Any thoughts there? Do you think you're the MVP?
Speaking honestly, yeah, I think I'm the MVP.
And why is that?
Look at me, man. You see anybody else doing what I'm doing, night after night? Nah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the best player in the league right now. Point blank, period.
Fair enough. Thanks, Che. That's it for me.
All right, man. Your Highness has spoken.
With tonight's win, you clinched #1 seed and home court advance throughout the playoffs. What does that mean to you guys?
It's big. You know, our fans gives us a huge boost. So to be able to go out there and secure that bag, it means a lot to us.